Pentatonic. Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Another lesson coming at you. So hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Got something geared more towards beginners. I thought I'd show you just 3 real simple pentatonic tricks. If you know, as a beginner, well, a lot of times when we're starting out, we get, you know, box 1 down under our fingertips and we're rocking out. And it sounds great, but we kind of get stuck. We're like, oh, well, we really don't know anything else. And actually, you know a lot more than what you might think. So I'm going to actually show you 3 little tricks, all within box 1, that if you're a beginner, I bet you might not have been doing. So here we go. Tabs are linked down below. And if you would, I always forget to say this, but if you want to, subscribe. If you don't, hey, it's cool. We can hang out whenever you want. So let's get it. Alright, so like I said, everything here is the fantastic A minor pentatonic scale. And basically, it's some really cool ways of just inverting the way you maybe would typically play the scale. So box 1, if you don't already know it, is just this. So it's just going to go 5-8 on the low E string, 5-7 on the A, 5-7 on the D and the G, 5-8 on the B and high E string. I know that was kind of quick. That's just like a little recap. The rest of the lesson won't be moving so fast. So that's box 1 of your A minor pentatonic scale in all its glory. So the first thing I'm going to show you is kind of like paying attention to what notes are in the scale. So there's a particular note that we're hitting here in the scale. What I'm going to reference here is this E note. So this is something that I always paid attention to when I was learning stuff. I'd be like, if anytime I was playing a note that was part of the scale that was also an open string, I was like, oh, well then I could just use that string open. So you could do like your Angus Young thing. And that's all pentatonic, because that's our E note in the normal pentatonic scale. There's another E note right here. Out of the key of A, it's your 5th. It's a good note to play, okay? So you could do something like this. And I mean, really, you're just playing an A minor arpeggio. So there's your root, there's your minor 3rd, and then open is your 5th. Now that's actually not the lick I want to show you. I'm going to show you something that has a little bit more phrasing to it. So what I like to do is you play multiple strings together, okay? I'm still using the same old pentatonic scale. I'm kind of using a little bit of pentatonic blues, so I'm cheating a little bit here. But you don't have to slide into that. No, you can just do it like this. Like that, and it still sounds cool. And you can actually throw that open high E string on all the notes of your pentatonic scale. So the lick that I'm playing is this. I'm just playing 7 on the G, and I'm plucking the high E string. So one thing that is a nice little challenge for you to do is you gotta get used to using your pick and your fingers, or sometimes I use all fingers. I palm my pick like this. And you're gonna be playing that 7 on the G, and open high E string. And this is a great exercise for this concept of what's called hybrid picking, because it's not very taxing right now. It's very simple and straightforward. You could even kind of mute the B if you wanted to, and kind of play those strings together. There's different ways to get a similar sound. Now what I like to do is I slide into this 7. I do it 3 times. So I'm going to go 5 on the G. I'm still playing open. Every time I play a fretted note, I follow it with an open string. I shouldn't say follow it, I play it at the exact same time as an open high E string. Okay, then I go to 7 on the G, back to 5 on the D. Okay, so I'm going to go that 5. Now I'm adding a little bit of bend here. You don't have to bend this if you don't want to. I'm still playing that open high E string. I'm going to bend 5 a little bit here, and then ending on 7 on the D. And it adds so much flavor. And like I said, you can practice this idea, go through your whole scale. Very Billy Gibbons. I was kind of holding that, the A note is always a nice reference tone there. I'm doing a similar thing, but I'm using my open high E string. So play your licks. Alright, next is you don't always have to land on the note that is in the scale. So like I said, if you look at the way our pentatonic scale looks, there's all these middle notes that we're not playing. Now these are either going to kind of like make or break the pentatonic scale. Some of them sound better than others. So the way that I like to accompany this is I start behind the note that I want to play, and I simply bend up to it. So what did I do there? Because it kind of, to me anyways, when I hear someone do that, it gets my attention because I'm like, whoa, because it almost sounds bad. But I'm bending up to a note that is in the key. So what's happening is I'm just going like this. I'm playing 7 on the A string. Okay? Now I go to the D string and I'm going to play 5-7. I go to the G, 5-7 again. All been straight pentatonic. Now normally if you wanted to resolve this or go back to your root note, you would just go to 7 on the D. Sounds great that way. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There it is. A perfect little rock phrase, you know? So instead of going to that 7 though, I go to 6. And instead I play 6, which sounds kind of off. Listen to it without the bend. Not so good. It's pretty ugly. But I immediately bend up to my root note. So you get this little bit of a lag almost to the note. So, and I do this a lot. It's kind of like something I got from like probably Eric Johnson or something. You know, he does similar things. But I like this idea of adding that little bit of like spank on that note, you know. And I do this even up here, like box 2. And it's more of a testament to the fact of the more you know your notes, the easier it is to save yourself whenever you know, sometimes you just clam it up. So if I'm playing, you know, you find ways to kind of like recover and land back on your feet. Alright, and the final little doodad I'm going to show you here is the fact that you actually know a lot more of the fretboard than what you give yourself credit. And really, we're going to accomplish this by using octaves. Now, if you already know your pentatonic box 1, and that's all that you know, you don't even know box 2 yet, like I said, you know a lot more. Think about this. We have something that's called octaves. It's the same notes, higher or lower in pitch. So I'm going to play this phrase. Okay? So I'm playing 5-8 on the low E string, then 5-7 on the A, and then 8 again on the low E. And you can resolve it by going back to an A note somewhere. Now what do I do here? Oh, I did the same phrase, same notes, in octaves. So if you had a little lick here, that little phrase. So like I said, all I'm doing is I'm moving up. It's the same notes. I'm moving diagonally, but I'm going to go 7 to 10 on the D, 7 to 9 on the G, and then 10 on the D. So like I said, the more you know your notes on the fingerboard, the easier stuff like this is. Because all I'm really visualizing is that I started on an A note. So I move up to my next A note. I move up to my next A note. 10, 13 on the B, 10, 12 on the high E string, 13 on the B. Okay? Look at that, all 3 of them put together right there. There you have it. Alright homies, hope you enjoyed that one. Probably a little bit of a quicker lesson here, but just some little things, you know. Sometimes it's the little details you hear someone do, and you're like, oh my god, I gotta incorporate that. That's really what like guys like Angus and all these amazing, just legendary guitar players, I would hear them doing these little things, you know, like Stevie Ray Vaughan doing the Billy Gibbon, Angus walking down and grabbing those double stops, all of it. They're from those guys. Steal the little things too. Don't just steal the big, glorious like solo moments. It's all about the little details too. So other than that, guys, I'll see you all later. I'll play you guys some A minor rhythm, and you can try out some of that stuff if you want to. So let's get it.